title of my message is Give Thanks. It's Thanksgiving Sunday. It's just to remind us, why do we need to give thanks? What are the things that stop us from being actually grateful? Psalm 136 says, "Oh, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His mercy endures forever." And there are so many reasons why we should give thanks to God. But what is gratitude? Why do we have to be grateful? What is gratitude? Yes, it's Thanksgiving Sunday, and I don't want it to be tradition or every first Sunday of the month is Thanksgiving service. But why do we really have to give thanks to God? Gratitude is the quality of being thankful. For you to be thankful, you have something you are thanking God for. His readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness. Being grateful is a conscious decision. You have to consciously decide to be grateful. I know there are so many situations around, there are so many things we are going through, but we can choose gratitude. It's a choice we make. And there are so many things in the world that kind of draws you away from being grateful to God. It might be a particular situation you are going through, or something happening around you, or a place that you found yourself, and then you find that you are not being grateful. But I want us to always choose gratitude. We have to stay away from gratitude killers. There are some things that will kill the spirit of gratitude in you. We have to actually consciously stay away from them. We have to build a positive attitude, and we have to practice method of being grateful. And it's all a choice that we can make as individuals. Because there's nobody sitting here that has everything. There's something you are praying to God for. Don't let that thing distract you. What are gratitude killers? The first one is envy. There are sometimes I'm breaking this down into 2 bits. Sometimes you don't have, and then you feel that, oh, there's nothing to be grateful for. And then sometimes you have, and then you take it for granted, and then you're not grateful. The first bit is envy. It's a feeling of discontentment or resentful longing aroused by someone else's possession, qualities, or luck. You're always looking at other people. Why does that person have that job and I don't? Why do you have that? Why are you in that situation and I'm not in that situation? And then you are dwelling on that because you are dwelling on what you don't have instead of being grateful to God for what you have. The second one is greed. It's an intense and selfish desire for something, especially wealth, power, or food. You just want to have more and more. It is never enough. Just more than you have now. More and more and more. And the thing with greedy people is that they are never satisfied. It might look like, oh, maybe I'm not greedy, but if you think within yourself, there are some areas that you know that, maybe in this area I'm greedy. Maybe what I have is enough. Maybe what I have is worth thanking God for. And there's no point, amassing and amassing and amassing. It is greed. The next one is coveting. To wish for earnestly, to have more and more. What you have, you don't appreciate what you have. It's just what you don't have that your eye is always on, To have that, to have that, to have that. Don't let what you don't have deprive you of all that you have. Because if your eyesight is always on what you don't have, what happens is what you don't have gets bigger. And then you don't appreciate what you have. Another set of gratitude killers is arrogance. Arrogance is the quality of being unpleasantly proud and behaving as if you are more important than or know more than other people. You're arrogant. You feel that everything you have, you deserve it. Oh, I wake up at 4 a.m. I plan my day. I'm very efficient. That's why I have a good job. Is it by your power that you can wake up at 4 a.m.? Oh, I live a very healthy lifestyle. I don't eat sugar, I don't eat carbs, I exercise, I go to the gym, that's why I'm so healthy. No. There's some people that are living that lifestyle and they have terminal illnesses. So when you're arrogant, you feel that everything you have, you deserve it, you've worked for it, then you're not thankful because you don't appreciate the source. Another gratitude killer is comfort. When you're too comfortable, it feels like it's normal. What is happening to me is normal. When I wake up in the morning and I'm able to rise up from my bed, it's normal. Is it normal? It's not normal. Because some people cannot rise up from the bed. And we take these things for granted. Unappreciation, when we don't fully recognize what we have, we don't value what we have, and then we are ungrateful. We always have to value what we have. My kids will say, it's not deep. It's not deep. Everything is not deep. But it's deep. It's very deep. Don't let what you have cut you off from your source, which is God. And every time we have to practice gratitude. We have to make it a habit. We have to practice it. The first thing is we have to be content with what we have. Contentment is great gain. Philippians 4:11-13 says, not that I was ever in need, for I have learned how to be content with whatever I have. I know how to live on almost nothing or with everything. I've learned the secret of living in every situation, whether it is with a full stomach or empty, with plenty or little. For I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. We know that in situations in our life, there will be time you have plenty. There will be time you are hungry. We have to learn to live with contentment and always appreciate God. Wherever we are, we have to choose gratitude every single time. We have to choose to be thankful. 1 Thessalonians 5:16-18 says, always be joyful. Never stop praying. Be thankful in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you who belong to Christ Jesus. Every time you have to choose to be thankful. Yes, things are not going on well. Things are all going wrong, but choose to be thankful because you still have something that you can be thankful for. Remember past blessings. Identify, I have the little things to be grateful for. I have little in a code because it's not little. There are some things that you count as little, but they are not little. Remember your previous prayer points. Keep a gratitude journal. You have to always identify things to be grateful for. You know, there was a time when I remember when we moved to this country, and for 2 years, I was looking for a job. And in Nigeria, I was a banker. And then we moved here, and I did not get a job. For 2 years, I had 2 toddlers. And every day, I'm miserable. I'm thinking, I don't have a job. In the morning, people will be going to work. I'll be looking at them like, this person has a job. And I don't even have a job. My view was so myopic. I was so focused on the job I was looking for that I don't have. I forgot everything I had. I forgot that if I was sick in the hospital, will I be looking for a job? No. If my child is sick and I'm sleeping with the child in the children's ward, will I be looking for a job? No. My husband has a job. We are not hungry. I was not hungry. We're not homeless. Did I appreciate God? But my focus was just on, I don't have a job. I don't have a job. And that can rob you of your joy if you just focus on what you don't have. So you have to change your focus. If you are dwelling on being ungrateful, sometimes you feel like that. You feel that, things are not working. And you start to dwell on these things. You have to change your focus. You have to change the channel. Everything is in your mind. When you are watching TV and you get to a program that you don't like, what do? You flick. You change the channel. You can also do that with your mind. If you are feeling sad, you are feeling that, I don't have this, I don't have that. Why don't you change the channel and change it to what you have? Focus on what you have. And what you focus on, what does it do? It gets bigger. When you focus on a problem, it gets bigger. When you focus on solution, the solution gets bigger. When you focus on good things, it gets bigger. And then that can even help your mental health, and it will drive you towards being gratitude. And you have to also celebrate with others. Think outside yourself. It's when you focus on yourself, that is when you're always in this state of, oh, I don't have this, that's why I'm ungrateful. But focus on others. Celebrate with others. Be happy with those who are happy, and weep with those who weep. And at the end of the day, remember what really matters. Everything we have is vanity. All is vanity. So keep your eyes on the goal to make heaven. If it's a job you are looking for, are you going to go to heaven with that job? No. So keep your focus on heaven. Think about the things of heaven, not the things of on earth. Colossians 3:2. And Matthew 24:35 says, heaven and earth will disappear, but my words will never disappear. So focus on what is important. Focus on what is important. And at the end of the day, be grateful that you have a mighty God. Be grateful that you have a God that is fighting on your behalf. God is there. It might just be that what you're asking for, he said, wait, you're going to get it in 2 years' time, but you don't know. You think that you are being deprived now, but God is preparing it for you. And sometimes you are praying for something, and the answer is no. I remember when I was looking for a job, I would go for interviews, and I remember there was a particular interview I went for. I got the result immediately, and I was crying on the train back home. You know that today, I thank God I didn't get that job. Because if I got that job then, my path would have been different. But God knew what he was doing when he said no. So we have to be grateful that we have a mighty God. Psalm 136 verses 1-9. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. He is the God of gods and the Lord of lords. He alone does great wonders. He by wisdom made the heavens and laid out the earth above the waters. He made great lights, the sun to rule by day, and the moon and stars to rule by night. He divided the Red Sea into two and made Israel pass through the midst of it. He overthrew Pharaoh and his army in the Red Sea. He led his people through the wilderness. He struck down great kings and slew famous kings. He rescued us from our enemies. He gives food to all flesh. Oh, give thanks to the God of heaven, for his mercy endures forever. Thank you.